Are you about to jump on a video call or require to access Zoom for a job interview? But don't worry, we have you covered. In this video, we'll be walking you through the 4 I consider basic fundamentals to get you started. Firstly, what we want you to be doing is to help you register an account. If you don't have one, you'll need an email address. And then what we're going to do is we're going to help you to download the Zoom application. I'm going to do it live with you so you can see how easy it is to install. And thirdly, I'll be highlighting some of the settings behind the Zoom application itself, including backdrop or screen. So some of the audio functionalities like attaching external equipment or even features that you may need to know. And then lastly, I'll be showing you some of the camera tips and tricks and how to position your camera, lighting, the background. Without further ado, let's dive straight in.
I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be let go. Maybe I should.
Okay guys, so what you want to do is open up your browser, top left corner, you want to type zoom.us. Look, it already remembers me. There we are, and hit enter. Now for guys, if you don't know, I'm using a Mac, an Apple. If you're using a computer, it will be the same, so don't worry, you just need a browser to get it working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through, see up at the top right corner, you can sign in or sign up for free. Now for those that don't have an account yet, that's what we're going to do. But first of all, I want to take you through our the plans and pricing. I'm not going to bore you down here, but I'm going to tell you that we're going to be signing up with a free version, so it's not going to cost you a penny today at all. And what's good about the free version is you've got unlimited one-to-one. What are the benefits of the others? Well, more likely if you had a small team or big team or even large. It's like ordering a meal, isn't it? Anyways, so what I want you to do is hit sign up. It's free. Click on it. Now it's going to take you to do your date of birth. So we're just going to put that in. Continue. And then you're going to enter in your email address. Hit enter, and then what's going to happen is now it's going to send you a link to your email. And just to be quick, I've already set my email on the other side, so all you need to do is click on there. As you can see, you can now activate it. And the first question it's going to ask you is, are you signing up on behalf of a school? Say no, continue, and then it should take you to a page where you fill in your personal details, as you can see. So all you need to do here is just enter your details in. So let's just go with that. I'm going to type in my password now, if you don't mind. Just make sure they match. And then once you've done this part, all you need to do is hit the continue button at the end. And here you go, you have don't Zoom alone, you can actually invite other people to join you. In this process here, you can actually hit the skip this step as well if you want, which I will do. And now you've got your personal meeting ID, which for me, I can just, and there it is on the corner. So that's for me to crop it and put it aside. For you, I think it's called print screen, which is on the far right if it's a computer or Mac. But anyways, or you can just highlight it and just hit the copy button. It's really up to you how you want to do it. Okay guys, now you've done this, what do you need to do now? You actually need to download the application, because if you hit the start meeting now, what's going to happen is it's going to prompt you to open the app. I've already got the app, as you can see. So it's loading. Now I'm going to show you how to actually get the Zoom in your... Oh, sorry, what am I saying? I'm going to actually show you how to actually download the application now onto your computer. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And let's just force, that's pretty close. Okay, so what you want to do is open a new tab, and you want to type in Zoom for, now it's either Windows or Mac, or even Linux, but I think most of you guys use either Mac or Windows anyways. So for Mac, and then just make sure this top part here in grey actually says Zoom, yeah, because if you can get it from other places like Mac Update and stuff like that, or Apple, I mean, it's not, you to be safe, and if you don't have a security, you prefer to go straight to its main source and provider. So click on there, and as you can see, I can just download from here as well. For those that use Microsoft, you can actually add it to your Microsoft Outlook. Pretty cool, very handy. I'm just want to show you, if you did it for Windows, what it looks like. It's actually the same thing. So top one again, because you can see it's also from Zoom. Look at that, it's the same thing. Anyways, let's move forward to pretend that if you've already downloaded it, what it would look like. So, okay guys, so now you're installing your Zoom. This is what it's going to look like. So you've got this screen here, introduction, Zoom brings people to connect together, blah blah blah. Just hit the continue button. Location, you can choose where you want to install it. I'm just going to hit the install button, and it's going to ask for your password, and you just hit the password in, and now it's going to install. Installation is now done. You hit the close button, and the application would log in. So this is what it looks like when you've just installed it. What you need to do now is hit this sign in, of course, and I'm just going to go sign with Google just to get quick access. Maybe not. So let me just log in there. Allow. There we are. And hit the allow as well up there, so we can allow access to it. So this is what you're going to see when you log in. Okay guys, so now what we need to do is show you what is important in this. So as you notice, it is black. Well, I've chosen that color, but for this purpose, what we want to do now is, you can see there's 4 main buttons: new meeting, join, schedule, and share screen. But for the purpose of this, I want to go through to the top, check for updates, make sure there's any updates. I'm on the latest version, fantastic. And then I want you to do is go to preferences at the top. And now I want to go through the whole general settings with you. Most of the time, the default settings is the best way to go. But in case you wanted to have a little bit of fiddle and work the way you want, then this is where you go through everything. Okay. So, for example, using dual monitors. So when you log in with someone via video call, you can actually have 2 screens where you're on one side, they're on the other side. That's where you use this. Or you can also enter full screen when you're joining as well. So these are the things that I want you to read step by step and just tick on whoever's going to be relevant to you or not. The theme itself is, I've chosen dark, that's why it's all dark, but you can choose light as well and you see the actual effect. That's all that there. To the video, hello, you can see me, and that's the camera as well. I'm using one of the built-in, sorry, not built-in, external microphones, but I can definitely show you how to use that. But anyways, let's get to, let's just say the quality of the camera is not that great. You can actually equip a external FaceTime camera, and that goes there as well. And all these other buttons, or other settings I should say, that you can adjust. Let's go into the audio now. So in the audio, what you want to make sure is that the speakers and the microphone is actually working to its best performance. So for example, if you want to test the speakers here, so the speaker sounds really good. Testing the microphone as well. Hey, this is just a quick recording to test my microphone. To test my recording. Doesn't matter. Doesn't record a lot, but as you can see, you can basically hear it. It'll go there. Advanced. You can also enable original sound on the microphone and in the actual thing, video itself. Moving on to share screen. You got side-by-side mode. So these are just the things you need to check. I mean, there's nothing very important here that I need to go through. Chat again, notifications, etc. So these are the things that you want to look at. I think the most important thing is making sure your audio is sounding really good, your video quality is really good, and also your background. If you don't want to see anything on the back, like what I've got there, it's probably not looking that pleasant. But if you wanted to use a blank wall, oh my god, it looks funny, or something like this, then you can also do so as well. Recording, this is just a preference here, but if you do something like myself that likes to create a lot of videos and just upload on YouTube through a screen recording, then basically you don't want to chew up all your data on your computer. So that's why you can see I've saved it onto my external hard drive, which I'll show you later how I've set things up. But for now, that's where you also want to look as well, in case you're worried of how you're going to chew up your data again. Profile, that's me. Yes, you can edit as well. You can upgrade to Pro. Statistics of how you've used it. Keyboard shortcuts is probably a important step that you don't want to miss, and this is where you can actually start or end a meeting really quickly. Makes you look like a pro. When you finish the meeting, you just go BAM, hit the button, and it's out of there. Just kidding. But anyways, but you can also play around with the buttons as well. You don't actually have to use the actual settings. Now these are all being configured. I've already changed a few of them. The default will be completely different, but you click on that and you can actually choose a command or control button and choose a letter that goes with it, and you can change it. So that's really, really good. Alrighty, so that's all that on the settings side. Inside the actual application, like I told you, the 4 main important components here, the meeting. I'll show you how to schedule a meeting now, because that's what you need to do. You can't just jump into a meeting straight away. Actually, I want to show you how to join a meeting and schedule a meeting, but let's start off with scheduling. So you can do it from here, schedule a meeting, or you can do it from there, a little calendar. So however you want to do it. Let's just leave it as Andrew Phan Zoom meeting. I just want to get past the process. Change the date. Change the date. Time is good. Personal meeting ID. That's your ID there. Remember that. And the one thing that you want to know here is what calendar you want to send it to remind yourself. And this little section down at the bottom. Just press save. What's going to happen now? It's going to load your browser, and it's going to ask you to give permission for it to log on. I'm just going to choose whatever email address, so don't worry about that. You now got to accept and allow for it to log in. And then once it's loaded, there we are. So as you can see, I've got the Zoom meeting here that's already set up from the previous with my meeting ID. You can customize all this, so if you hit the edit button here, you can customize the title again. You can customize everything here, notifications, your body. But the most importantly, you can also add people there to send it to them. So that's a really important or a really good step. Alrighty, so back to the app itself. What if you had to join someone? That's a good question. Now normally when you need to join someone, they'll give you a meeting ID. For example, if I went back to there, they might give you something like this. So if you look at the bottom here, meeting ID 763-532-8319. All you need to do is hit the copy button. So copy this. Whoops, I just pasted it. Copy, go back to your app software, hit the join button, copy the meeting ID, put your name. You can tick whatever that, if you don't want to show your video or whatever, and you hit join. And now what's going to do is it's going to ask the owner permission for you to join, and because this time I'm asking myself, so it's perfectly fine. I'm just joining myself. How funny is that? And this is where I can show you the next step. So now you're into here. There's other things like share screen, I can say. You can even use the chat log as well, which is the bottom here. If I hit the chat log, it pulls it on the side. Everyone can actually start typing to each other and say hello. So that's just something that you need to know as well. You can also hide the chat log there just by hitting the chat button. But on the other note, if you go to down here, let me just show you real quick. The 2 important things is mute and the start video. So if you go to unmute, tick this little arrow button on the corner, on the right corner, press left, and you should see it's got select microphone, select speaker, just exactly how we went through the settings before, but except you want to make sure that you're selecting the right thing. As you can see at the moment, I have got this Scarlett Solo USB that I'm using to record my voice, but at the same time, if I want to, you can select it to speak inside the actual video itself. Yeah, so that's that. The video itself, again, FaceTime camera or something else. Choose virtual background. I'm going to show you how to use a share screen. So, share screen, you got a few. I'll look at the advanced as well, which is pretty cool. But let's just go over the basic first. Most people like to do is a desktop, so they can share their desktop. Oh, look, you've got even Google Chrome. So I can even share with you my internet browser, for example. This is really, really cool. I mean, especially if you imagine that you need to train someone from home. It's just really good on how to use this. You can stop the sharing anytime with the red button in the top corner. Says stop share. And you can also use a whiteboard, which is gotta be amazing. I'll tell you that for sure. So, draw the eyes. Okay, I don't think you'd be doing this in the real world, would you? To draw like a face like I am. But I guess you get the point anyways. The point is You can do so many things with it. You can add a stamp of a love heart all around. You can even text. So this is just to demonstrate a few components of the share screen. I've seen people use the share screen to show a video, a PowerPoint, and all this can be done by going to your desktop, minimizing everything, and then basically just going to a Word document or PowerPoint, whatever that's on your screen. So I'm gonna stop this thing there. Cool. So that is that. That's all to do with inside the application itself. What we need to do next is show you how to position your camera. Okay, so if I just open the start video, you can actually see myself.
Now, as you can see, I'm into my camera. I'm a little bit too close to the camera, and that's probably what you don't want. So I'm just going to basically show you other things that you probably want to stay away with. If you're far to the left, and a lot of people don't know what they're obviously concentrating on or what they should pay attention to. This one here, you can see I am cutting my head off, which is pretty funny. I mean, the camera's a bit too down. So what you want to do here is you want to angle a bit more, but if you angle up too high, you can see the ceiling and you can see less of your face, which doesn't look that professional. Even if there's a little bit of gap like that, it's still not that great. Let me show you what it should really look like. As you can see, this is probably by far the best angle. So you're in the center line, you're showing yourself there, and there's a lot of things that you can see. So over here, what I discuss about is you can see the lighting that's coming in, and you can see the background, which has got a really nice layout of the bookshelf and the plants, and just everything just looks like it ties in line. It's very warm and welcoming. But the one thing that you should note is your eyes. Make sure you're looking at the webcam and you're not looking at anything else, otherwise it just doesn't look right. So I hope you like it. Bye. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you've gained some valuable information out of the content. If you like it, please do me a favor, like it, smash the subscribe button, and share the content everywhere so it makes us, or helps us I should say, make more videos for you. Until next time, I'll see you then.